Now, our next presenter is somebody that I love and admire. He was at one point in time a professional MMA fighter, so don't get up in his grill. He'll let you know. But he is somebody who took the same discipline that it takes to succeed in combat sports and has applied that to business. He is absolutely committed to giving 100%, and he has created an avenue into affordable housing that is unprecedented. It's something I've never even heard of before. He started sharing about it. How many of you are interested in understanding affordable housing better? Oh, heck yeah, right? That is going to become that's going to become a lightning rod in our economy. You just wait, because housing is going up and up and up and up and up. And in fact, as I talk to my kids about housing, they look at me and they're like, "Dad, why would I ever leave home? You pay for it." Right? They're like, actually, that's not true. I know my daughter's out here somewhere. She's probably shaking her head at me right now. Anyway, the point is that housing, especially for like a first-time home buyer, is very, very expensive. And Umair has an incredible route to home ownership that is affordable and truly affordable in today's economy. Are you guys interested to learn more about that? Yeah. All right, then join me in welcoming to the stage Mr. Umair Haq.
All right. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. You guys all doing good today? Yeah. Okay. Man, that last one was great. If you fail to change, you will get marginalized. All right. So, guys, today we're going to talk about affordable housing. Affordable housing isn't just needed. It's the greatest opportunity in real estate investing today. And today I'm going to be talking about how we could all take advantage of what's coming right now. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Umair Haq. I'm a Renatus instructor, full-time real estate investor, and really passionate about creating affordable housing and still making a good living for myself. So other than the dollar and the yuan, the Chinese yuan and all that stuff, a big problem that a lot of people are ignoring is that there's not enough housing available for everyday people like you and me. In fact, there's 7.3 million homes needed. In groups like our group here, we can make an impact to help everyday Americans. People go to work, they're good people. My mom and dad had 2 full-time jobs each, worked at convenience stores, came to this country with not a lot of anything, but we had the American dream. I mean, people have good credit or credibility in the marketplace, and they still just can't afford their own home. And that upsets me. I don't know if it bothers you, but I feel like, hey, we should be able to do something about it. Now, it is a crisis, but if you guys remember history, anytime there's a major crisis, there's also what? Major opportunity. And working with our group, you're going to start seeing how we are actively solving this problem, okay? What I loved about, I've actually done almost every type of real estate that you can think of outside of creating my own syndication. Notes, tax liens, deeds, flips, creative acquisition strategies, lease options, subject tos. I've tried all of those things on, raw land development, but I wanted to play in a space that's not just about the money. There's a mission involved. With affordable housing, you can do good and do well at the same time. So today, I'm going to be showing you 4 strategies that you can implement now. They will make money and help others now in 2025 and beyond. I want to introduce you to what I call the land home package. Okay, the land home package. Now, when you're going and you're developing like a spec home, and you see all these new developments, even here in Utah, yeah? And they're so expensive that the average person can't even think about owning one of those. So what I've been doing is we buy parcels of land, and in our class and in our education, we're going to show you exactly how to do this. Buying parcels of land and then building relationships with mobile home manufacturers. You're going to buy the land. We put a permanent foundation on that land, okay, like a pier and beam foundation or regular foundation, all right? You're going to buy the mobile home. Nowadays, have you guys seen these new mobile homes? Maybe not, but they're pretty freaking nice. They're really nice. So you take these mobile homes, you get them delivered. We're taking the wheels and the axles off the homes and placing them on the foundation. When you do that, it is no longer considered a mobile home. What's it considered? Real property. Once we bring the home, and then you're going to do something, you're going to go to the DMV, and you're going to do something called retiring the title, okay? Now, what you've done is you've gotten into land development. You didn't have to worry about buying lumber packages and roof truss and designing. Like, I'm not into that. I don't know if you guys might be. There's strategies for everyone, but I was like, I just want to be able to make massive and passive income. So we started doing these land home packages, and without flipping a house, without worrying about a hard money lender, without being stressed out, we figured out a way to deliver these homes and help FHA buyers, first-time home buyers, VA buyers, buyers who can get into their first home, have a front yard, have a backyard, having kids play in the yard. We could do that, and they can get into these deals with zero down. So my customers are super happy. They get to raise a family. And without me going through this hard, difficult process of development and all this stuff, it's so simple, guys. I live in the Washington, D.C. area, specifically Virginia, okay? I'm doing a lot of these developments in Georgia, in South Carolina, now in North Carolina. And you could do this anywhere in the country. That's why I'm talking. You could do it here in Utah. Rural areas, even better. Have you noticed how after COVID, Americans, we wanted to get out of these congested areas. We wanted to be in an area that maybe has a lower cost of living. I call it the Great Migration. It's a great, we're all taking over these lower areas. You get a lower cost of living, and a lot of us can work from home on our laptops nowadays, can't we? In fact, a lot of my tenants do, or my tenant buyers. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. So I want to introduce you to the land home package and how, guys, every deal, 40 to 90 grand. And I've got some really cool offers for those of you that are here, and you're like, you know what? I like this group. I want to get to know this group better. I want to build a lifelong relationship with the investors here at Renatus, okay? So that's number one. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Simple, easy, and you're making money, okay? The next one we're going to talk about, guys, and you can do this now, is really, we teach this. It's learning how to do seller financing and wrap around mortgages. Now, guys, I want to tell you this. If you're brand new to the game, some of this might go over your head. Be patient with yourself. I'm going to do the best that I can to explain some of these concepts and how they can be possible for you guys. Okay, so seller financing is basically you're able to own a property. Doesn't matter where. Let's just say you own it, whether you bought it with your own money or someone else's money. And now let's say someone wants to own a home, but a lot of us aren't taught about credit. It's not taught in our school system, is it? No. So maybe you can't get a traditional bank loan. Maybe you're a business owner. You know, I've been a business owner for 12 years. And it's like, hey, I take advantage of the deductions, and now I can't get a loan. What do I do? So investors like us can buy properties and then resell them on terms. And now, if you understand how loans work, they're typically what we call amortized. So if the face value of a loan is $300,000, by the time that loan is paid off, depending on the interest rate, the banks make double or triple that amount, right? It's okay. There's also something called the time value of money, and you got to understand the game, but you make good passive returns as the bank. Like, my name is Umair. I created Bank of Umerica. Yeah. I never thought in a million years that me, a kid with no college degree, didn't go to traditional schooling, I never thought that I would be able to be a bank. If you're sitting here today and you're like, man, I want to change my life, I want to reinvent myself, this is the group that'll help you do it, okay? The other option is, so seller financing, and then let's say you don't have a bunch of cash to buy a house. Did you know that you can actually buy a home with a traditional bank, and then, so you're on the hook, right? And you can resell that home on your own terms. That is called a wraparound mortgage. And I do lots of those for people who want to own a home, but maybe they can't get a traditional bank loan because the bank wants your firstborn child. It's difficult. So now we've covered two strategies that us investors, we could use to provide value to the marketplace, because those who provide value typically become wealthy. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And if you have questions here, they're going to be answered. We're going to help ease you into this game if you're brand new. Because as I was making this training, I was like, man, I remember when I started, I didn't even know anything. I was like, all I know is I go to work, get a paycheck, and get paid. That's all I knew. So again, I want to share with you to be patient with yourself, okay? So let's talk about the third one. I'm actually doing one of these right now. Have you noticed how Americans aren't, well, not in Utah, but all across the country, I know you guys have a lot of babies. But all across the country, people aren't having as many children. And a lot of times they're getting older and they're living a different lifestyle. So this shared or group housing model is absolutely it's like blowing up. Has anyone ever heard of pad split? Right? Where you own a home, instead of getting $1,800 from a property, you can get $4,000 to $6,000 doing what's called like a pad split or a group housing model. And depending on who you are, what you stand for, your personality, you could provide, like we're doing one right now, we're providing group housing to high-functioning autistic adults. They're living together, and the government is paying us for it, and it feels good. And they're happier in these group settings. There's people who are doing transitioning from, maybe certain things in their life. There's rehab houses. But group housing and shared model is something that's going to blow up in the future. And right now, if you can get ahead of the game, you'll make a ton of money with it, okay? Then, my go-to, what I absolutely fell in love with, is mobile home parks. I try to go against what the crowd is doing, and it's always served me. Now, a lot of people they want to play in the luxury markets, right? They want to build developments. They want to do these huge beach houses. But guys, the first market to go, when the market crashes, whether they're manipulated by the Fed or not, but when the market crashes, the first market to crash is always the what? The luxury markets, yeah? So why play there? Now, if you have a ton of money and you want to park your cash there, cool, do it. I love it. But for me, when I got into this business, I didn't have any money. I didn't have any resources. Renatus taught me how to leverage in general, but they taught me how to leverage what I needed at the time being. Now, for me, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like working for other people. Too crazy. I'm too crazy. I can't follow rules. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So when I got into this, I was like, I need to create a paycheck. I've got to create a paycheck. Now, there's cash flow markets and there's equity markets. If you're going to provide affordable housing, you're going to start looking at cash flow markets. And we're going to start sharing with you what that means and how to lean into that. So instead of apartment buildings, if you're in an apartment building, you're surrounded by four walls. It's like you don't get a sense of community as much as you get with these mobile home parks. So I like mobile home parks because they create stable cash flow through all market cycles. Market could be going up, it can be going down, it could be going sideways. There are still going to be people who want your product if you own a mobile home park. And I was like, this is really cool. I can own a whole neighborhood at a discount. It sounded sexy to me. I was like, wow, I can own, it's just a whole neighborhood. And when I start showing you guys how many different streams of income, that can be produced with a mobile home park, you'll be like, wow, why didn't anyone tell me this? Okay. Now, a lot of times, mobile home parks have a stigma, right? Trailer trash, or like, it's like, no. The whole world is changing. Like, that's going away. And I believe that stigma was taught to us by the jurisdictions all across the country, because think about it. If it's a mobile home park, what do the jurisdictions want? They want tax dollars, right? And if they have mobile homes in a mobile home park, those mobile homes are technically considered what? Vehicles. So then these counties can't earn as much in tax. So it makes sense that they're like trying to get rid of all of them, right? But now that we're having this affordable housing crisis, a lot of towns are opening up and they're leaning in to mobile home parks. They don't want people on the streets. So stable cash flow through all market cycles, okay? Strong returns and stable cash flow. Do you guys have mobile home parks here? I should have looked it up. Utah's got mobile home parks? Huh? 290 mobile home parks? You're sitting in a gold mine. Man, I got to move to Utah. That's great. Tenant owned. So a lot of times people will buy mobile homes traditionally. They'll bring them to the lot. And once a home is in a lot, it's expensive to move it. It costs $6,000 to $8,000 to move that thing. So once a home is in your park, you don't have to worry about so much turnover. And I was like, that's cool. Compared to apartment buildings, you have a 50% turnover on an annual basis. Yeah. And so this is where if you get into the affordable housing space, maybe you start with a couple of these land home packages. And if you need a big paycheck, you sell that property and you make 40 to 90 grand, okay, if you do it right. So you stack some money. Or you buy that first deal, and now because you bought it as a mobile home and it was at a cheaper price, and you put it on a foundation, what happens when you do that? The value goes up, right? So you can actually go to a small local bank. I always go to small local banks. They do in-house underwriting. There's a relationship there. If you do your first home, you put that home on that piece of land, and maybe you don't want to sell it. All good. You can do what we call a cash-out refinance. If you had any money into the deal, you're going to pull all the money back. And now the money basically goes back into your bank account. Isn't that cool? And let's just say the appraisal came a lot higher than you expected. You basically got paid. Now, if the bank puts money in your account, it's technically considered what? It's considered debt. As Americans, do we pay taxes on debt? No. Now, am I going to pay back that debt? No. Because I'm going to take that home and I'm going to either rent it to somebody, right? I'm going to just a traditional rental. Or I'm going to take that home and I'm going to sell it. Remember the strategy I talked about? Strategy number 2, seller financing? I'm going to sell that property as the bank. So I've got 2 options there, right? But when I do a refinance and the bank puts money in my bank account, I'm not going to pay back that money. What other asset on the planet can you buy that other people will pay it off for you? Answer me that. Could you do it with gold? Could you do it with stocks? Could you do it with Bitcoin? No. But real estate, we're able to buy real estate, pull out cash. We provided value to the area. The people are happy. We pull out the cash, and then we use that cash to do what? More deals, more deals, more deals, more deals, more deals. If you do this for 5 to 7 years, you can replace your full-time income. How do I know? I did it. From 2020 to now, thank you, by the way. Yeah. And it's not rocket science, but I needed a group like this in my corner. When I was stressed out, when I didn't understand it, it's just whenever you do something new, it feels weird, right? It's like I'm not used to this. So I needed people like telling me, no, I know you're uncomfortable, but this is you're doing the right thing. And just that little bit of like help pushed me. And I believe that if you're new to this game, that's what's going to push you. That's what we're going to be able to do for you. So this is, unfortunately, why the wealthy continue to get wealthy. And unfortunately, people who don't have money, they stay in that same space. Over generations, they never reinvented themselves. Okay, we should make that a theme for this conference, right? Reinventing ourselves. Okay, so where was I at? So whether it's your first deal is that land home package that I'm talking about, and I personally have some resources to help you get your first or next deal done, and we're going to cover that throughout the training that we have today. So I'm so excited to share with you what we've put together. But with or whether it's a land home package, or you go right into doing a group home, or maybe you have a home that was passed on to you, but you're like, I don't know what to do with this thing. But you don't want to deal with tenants, toilets, or termites. You're like, I don't want to rent this thing out. I'm just going to sell it. No, keep it. It's an asset. But instead of keeping it as a rental, be the bank. Who owns a home in here? Anyone? Raise your hand. Anyone? Okay. If your plumbing, if your electricity, if your roof needs to be replaced, do you call Wells Fargo and you're like, guys, let me tell you, my plumbing is all backed up. Can you come fix it for me? No. So when you learn to be the bank, will you ever deal with a headache? No. You're going to get paid principal and interest month after month after month after month. And then when we show you how to do it in a way that you don't have to worry about a judicial or non-judicial foreclosure, you're going to be so happy. Right? You're going to be like, wow, like, why didn't I? Like, I have a student, he's with me here in the front, Keith. He's like, Umair, every deal I do, he goes, it's getting easier and easier. I'm so upset that I waited 20 years. I waited to retire from the military to get started with my real estate investing career. And he said this to me the other day, and he goes, what I want more than anything is to share with people that they don't have to wait. They can start now. So let's talk a little bit about this, guys. So this is, for me, mobile home parks is the end-all, be-all. This is what you want, okay? And not like the sexy mobile home parks owned by syndications. You want the ugly stuff. The stuff that you look at and you're like, oh, this is nasty. Right? That's the stuff that you want, okay? Let's talk about how many cash flow streams you can create just by owning one small mobile home park, okay? The stuff that no one is even looking at right now, I want you looking at like it's a gold mine. So let's talk about it. So the main premise is lot rent. You're going to earn lot rent. So you own the dirt, so you rent the dirt for people to bring their mobile homes there. Cool. The next thing is, if you own the whole neighborhood, you own the whole park, you can do some lot rent, so you might even own the lot and the home on the lot, right? So now you're making double income. Now, maybe you own a park and you don't want to own everything, or maybe you're in a jam and you need a big check, right? You're like, all right, I'm in a jam, but I own this mobile home park, right? Well, I've got this junker mobile home here. What if I fixed it all up, made it look all nice and sexy, and sold that mobile home to someone who wants to live in my park? Well, here, now I made 40 to 50 grand. Now I can pay my taxes or whatever it is, right? Number 3, you own some homes in there. You can take them and you can wholesale a mobile home inside of your own park. So every strategy that Renat has taught me how to do, I'm executing in my little neighborhoods that I own now. It's so unique. So you can also do creative financing strategies like I talked about earlier. If you own a home, you can resell it on your own as a bank. Or in another word, it's like an installment contract, right? You can resell it and you can earn principal and interest. And now as you grow your business, guys, you can actually, what I've done, what I'm actively doing now is I've created my own management company. We're going to start teaching you more and more about the United States tax code and how to take advantage of it and all that other good stuff. But as you get into this, you're going to learn that there's operational income or active income, and then there's investment and passive income, and they're taxed at different rates. So I have a whole separate management company that helps manage my whole portfolio. Guys, there's levels to the game. And I know that I'm going deep into those levels because I really want you to understand the vision of what's possible for you. But for some of you, you're like, look, I just need to get one deal under my belt, and that's okay. We're going to help you do that, okay? So let's go on. So I've got even more, guys. One park, more streams. There's value add income. So you got landscaping and lawn care fees. It's weird, but a lot of the people who live in my parks, they're lazy. They're like, can you cut my grass for me? And I was like, sure, it'll just cost you a little bit. So I added landscaping and lawn care fees. Management income, we talked about that. And then community expansion income. Like, let's say you buy a lot and it only has 12 homes on it. But maybe there's room to develop that land and add more homes, right? So that's what we call expansion income. So guys, I want to explain to you why this works and why it's going to work for you. Low cost, high demand, recession-proof, and repeatable. Low cost, high demand, recession-proof, and repeatable. We're investors, right? We want to think about things. We want to analyze them. We want to set ourselves up for success. Low cost, high demand, recession-proof, and repeatable. So my mission with Renatus is this. Renatus gave me the knowledge, the education, the resources, the tools, the coaching. Now, I'm really wanting to pay it forward as an instructor and help create affordable housing and real cash flow. I'm not paid to be here. If you're new to the community, I know that no one flew me out. I'm here because I love the owner, his wife, and what this company stands for, and what's possible if we collaborate on a weekly basis. That's what we do here at Renatus. You're gonna build relationships for a lifetime. This isn't like a thing where, oh, you came, you sat, you heard some stuff, it was cool, and then you were gone. We personally wanna know you. We wanna build a relationship with you, and we wanna grow with you, okay? In fact, if you look at the picture here, this is last night. Yesterday we got in, and I bought a mobile home park for $150,000, 26 lots. Okay? And I was waiting to close. I put some used homes in there and increased what we call the net operating income, right? I increased the NOI. I bought this in 2022. We're in 2025. We just went and did an appraisal. I spoke about this. We went and did an appraisal on the same park. It is now valued at $820,000. I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this real? My wife was like, what's wrong with you? I didn't know if I should tell her or not. I was like, my heart was racing. It's crazy. So what we're doing, and this is my team, because I had to come here. I wanted to share it with you guys. We go to first, and I love my team. I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going, right? They are so awesome. They're like, oh, we need a Kinko's. Oh, you need a notary. They put everything together. Like, Umair, follow me. I went to a Wells Fargo, got everything signed and notarized. Then I went to Kinko's, and I'm so slow. I don't even know. I don't know how to spell or do math. I just like, if you tell me what to do, I'll go do it. But I was like confused. I was like, how do I even mail this package? I usually have my and legal paper. I was like, there's a difference between legal paper and I'm like, you don't have to be smart to make a ton of money. Just so happens, right? So we finally get this deal done and closed, and it's amazing. But for this deal, like I said earlier, I'm gonna pull out $600,000 that I'm never gonna pay back. Who's gonna pay it back? The people who live in my community. I'm still making a paycheck after taxes, insurance, debt service, operating expenses. I'm still making cash flow after that. I'm gonna use that $600,000, and what do you think I'm gonna do? Yes. You guys, are you getting it now? Are you seeing how we guys, based off what's happening in the economy, based off of all this craziness in politics and being on the left and being on the right and all this craziness, what if we just started coming together and solving problems? Come on. Like, how amazing would that be? And that's why I love being a part of this community, because it's more than money. It's a mission. And guys, if we all started learning and working together, I believe that we can solve the affordable housing crisis together, and we can make a ton of money while doing it, right? So this is what I want to share with you today. If you decide after today, or after spending this weekend together, if you decide that this is the right team, this feels right, these are the resources, this is what I need to reinvent myself. If you decide that, I want to personally spend time with you. Doesn't matter if it makes me money or if it doesn't make me money. It's a mission for me now. I want to give you, for being here, a 90-minute implementation session. I'm not talking about like theory, well, if you do this, then maybe this will happen. No. I'm talking about you picking the type of deal you want to do out of those 4 that I shared. Okay, you picking one, because you got to pick one. Where focus goes, energy flows, right? I can't have you all over the place. You pick one. You spend 90 minutes with me, and we're going to go through A to Z what needs to happen. Okay? I'm going to just lay out the blueprint for you, but I can't do it for you. You're going to have to go do it yourself. Okay? I've got the vendors, the contracts, the strategy, the support. Oh, and those mobile homes that I'm bringing in and I'm reselling, those mobile homes, I've got an agreement, and some of you guys are going to be able to take advantage of this. We don't have to pay $1 to the manufacturer until the home is set up and delivered. And then they give me 90 to 120 days to pay them off. What am I doing in those 190 or 120 days? Either refinancing or selling. All you're going to need is money for the land, and then a few other things like if it needs a septic or a well or whatever. Okay? This is my offer to you guys because I want to see more people win, and I want to see more affordable housing all across our country. Guys, welcome to our community. I want to end with this. Wealth isn't about money. It's about meaning. My name is Umair Haq. I wish everyone much love and respect. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Mr. Umair Haq. How many of you guys had some takeaways from that? How many of you can understand how to make housing affordable again? I had to be really careful how I said that. That was not a political statement. I was just trying to say, you can make housing affordable. Again, anyway, I am so grateful for Umair and what he shared. That's so phenomenal. And I'm not going to give away anything, but you may be able to look forward to seeing Umair again here in the not distant future.